It's actually called My Name is Hernandez, and it's after a poem by Martin Espada, who wrote My Name is Espada. It means descendant of Hernan Cortes, so I heard. Said Spaniard who slayed Moctezuma and a nation of ore, occupied the territories known as the Southwest, enslaved captives who stewed in venomous marshes of mud and thicket, forced to shoulder slabs of glass shard obsidian, pummel the soft gold, wading in unknown depths, drowned for the nugget from tule, from root, mules the rotund, mounds of clay up mountain crags, named for gods with uncollected depths to shape indestructible pylons of new empires rising. But I'm not that serious by any means. I watch TV in my boxers, and I eat sardines from the can, and I breathe on my children's faces just to watch them shriek. My name is Hernandez. My father is a field worker. Every sugar beet that you have ever eaten, he's shorn away what threatened to destroy it. When I was born, he wore me on his back while slouching over a short-handled hoe in the monsoon plains of 5 Wyoming summers. There is too much here for memory to be accurate. My father's worked since the day of his conception, a shoeshine boy in the parlors of South Texas. The adobe tiles were relics from days of indentured servitude. Earthen red clay shingles the boy destroyed with his rifle. But mesquite is what my father recalls the most. How the chicharra song is a quantum thread between this life and that old life. I see him now, my father, behind the wheel of a semi, hazardous materials, head a snow-capped slab of worry, illuminated only by the coo of his grandson's voice, the most fragile ammonite coiled in the shape of his own hand. My name is Hernandez, born of a woman who was born of a woman who was born of a woman. And I have said this before. Don't let her flexible disposition fool you. Consider the blade of a palm leaf on Palm Sunday. She is devoted to the countdown of years starting from 10. Her time here is limited. She knows this. Same is true for the rest of us. Except my mother has gotten good at forgetting this. We haven't. We miss. She lets on a permanence not seen since the resurrection. My name is Hernandez, of a Dinuba sanitarium that crumbled in 1989, of an elementary school hidden between a plum orchard and the voluptuous golden thigh of a foothill, of an education that included the neon powder of sulfur, of menial jobs and fast food dives, of 30 days in jail and then 5 more, of flea markets and strip malls, of TV round the clock, of relationships to things and people that rarely go the distance, of constantly risking solitude, of my grandfather on Magnolia Way, who pickles eggs in a tin shed behind a sulking house, of the twin abortions, of regrets, of saying things like regret because it's expected, of reneging on words, of doctoring the wounds with words, of admitting he knows nothing of words. So years ago, while working in South San Francisco, I walked into a carniceria, a meat market, with my last name, Hernandez, emblazoned on the window. And behind there was a young man draped in a blood apron, and he greeted me. And I ordered 3 tacos de lengua, I told him. Smiling, I also told him, I'm a Hernandez too. Yes, he replied, handing me my change, dicing the cow's last word on the cutting block. There are millions of us here, he said, millions of Hernandezes, each one expecting some kind of deal.